Alright, hey guys, what's up? Jared here again, Dex and Dice. Another ramblings video. I know these are becoming a little bit more frequent, but honestly, some interesting stuff has been happening the past couple of days. So anyways, as we all know, yesterday, the RC basically said, screw this, we are giving control of Commander over to WotC, and everyone flipped their lids, rightfully so. Knee-jerk reactions, all that good stuff. But after we've had a couple of hours, almost a day, to digest this information and kind of just hear other perspectives, especially after talking to a few of just my locals here, I have kind of, I don't know, like a little 24-hour, sorry, trying to adjust the camera here. If it sucks, I'm sorry. So like kind of like a day after thoughts thing here. Again, my personal tinfoil hat theory about this is that the rules committee just kind of gave up. Again, like a behind the closed doors talk between them and WotC, between everything that those guys got going on. You know, they do this on like a volunteer basis. They don't they don't really get paid with it, but they get paid from it by just exposure, growing their followings and so forth and so forth. So like they get paid for it, but indirectly. So not even. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But just for them, you know, not really technically getting paid to do the RC shit. I think that they were just done with it. If not all of them, a significant number of them were, and it was enough to just be like, we're done. There's not enough of us that want to hang on to do this. They might have been able to pull in some more people to do this, but maybe they didn't want to go through the time of vetting people again, or maybe they really just weren't comfortable with anyone else doing it. A whole other like basket of reasons could be why they didn't just try to form another RC or whatever and just said, screw it, here WotC, take it. Because again, like I said yesterday, I do believe that the death threats thing and all that was an organic enough reason as they could muster to just hand it over publicly. I can only assume that these people are accustomed to, you know, threats, vile language, all that good stuff. I mean, you're on the internet. You're a personality on the internet. If even some of the smaller YouTubers that I watch with only a couple of thousand followers get death threats, come on now. But anyways, I think that's probably what happened there. And I mean, if that was the reason, then they have their own personal reasons for doing it. Great. If you got tired of doing it and you no longer want to do it, you don't have the passion to do it anymore, you are all out of fucks to give, by all means, man, just call it a day and give it over to WotC, and just be done with it. Wipe your hands and you just go do what you want to do, which is what we're probably going to see. One of the things, though, that I kind of wanted to touch on, too, that I missed yesterday because I was just trying to get a video out, a lot of the sweaty tryhard talk, like, yeah, okay, cool, it's aimed at specific people, sure, but as in one of the comments says about the finance bros. Sure, finance bros are part of it, too. Both exist in the community and both get pretty butthurt when something bad goes wrong. That's a thing. No one likes to lose money, and I get it. It's a game pieces thing, but it was originally structured as a CCG, not a TCG, collectible card game, not just a trading card game. And trust me, as I've said in many other videos, you do not want your cards to be worth 5 cents and 10 cents a piece, because then if something bad happens where you have to sell your collection or sell a few cards to, I don't know, get gas, food, make your electric bill or whatever, you want those to be worth something so you can actually, I don't know, like benefit from your finance bro aspect of things. Because whether you like to admit it or not, everyone involved in Magic is a finance bro to a certain extent. okay? It's as simple as that. Everyone buys boxes, and one of the first things that I usually hear out of anyone who buys a box and cracks it open, either in the shop or comes and tells me, is that, oh, hey man, I made my money back. Or I made a little bit more. Or that box blew ass, I didn't make my money back. You know, so everyone is a finance bro to a certain extent. I don't want to hear this, everyone's just a player. Sure, maybe 5% of you are strictly just players, but again, I revert back to my original thing where you don't want your game pieces to be a nickel and a dime a piece, because if shit hits the fan, you have no liquidity in it, you can't sell it for anything back, and it's literally just a waste of money, and you're going to look at it and be like, what the hell did I do with myself? Because, you know, again, it's supposed to be a CCG, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, point there is both of these people exist in the community. Tryhards and finance bros, they both get pissed off when stuff doesn't go their way, and go. I mean, as far as the finance bro aspect goes, dude, you're going to gain money, you're going to lose money. I run a shop. I gain money and lose money constantly. It's just the way shit goes. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Shit happens. Get over yourself. Press on with life. One of the other things that they brought up, that Wizards brought up in that State of Commander or whatever the hell it was, that article, can't remember, sue me, was the power bracket thing. And I'm just going to drop the pen. So, I'll fiddle with this. So, I kind of enjoy the power bracket the more I think about it. I do believe it's going to divide the format more than it should. I don't like that aspect, but realistically, I don't think there's a proper way to go about doing this, especially since WotC's going to have control now. I don't know what to expect out of this. It's just something they threw out there. They even said it was kind of like in a beta test or whatever, so I get it. I revert back to, I don't agree with if I put an Ancient Tomb in my deck and it's really like a whatever they consider a 1 is, which I guess would be precon level, bumps it up to a 4. I don't agree with that. That's dumb and ridiculous. However, the only thing that I can think of that would even, at like a base level, starting out just to figure things out, would be to, how to figure out what level your deck would be to give every single card a point value. And before you get all defensive and be like, nah, dude, that's dumb, if everything had a point value, you could tally up whatever is in your deck and be like, okay, so my deck falls within this point level, it's actually a level 2 deck. I know I hear you all saying, that would take forever. It wouldn't take forever. There are enough geeks and nerds out there who enjoy this hobby that would put forth the time and effort to make a spreadsheet or something like that where every card gets a point value, and everyone involved in the process would probably, I could see it being a pretty streamlined process all in all. So yeah, I think that's how that they should consider making the power brackets, is give every card a point value, and you just tally up your point value, and that's where your deck falls. That would be the easiest way to do it starting out the gate, but I mean, that's just my opinion, and you can tell me I'm wrong if you want to, because it's fine. It's just an opinion. I'm not going to die on that hill. I just think it would be like one of the coolest and easiest ways to do it. Straight cut, simple, just boom. Cards have point values, add it up. This deck falls within this power level, that's where I am, and just be done with it. Another thing would be that with WotC taking over, I think on a long enough timeline, it's going to be a net positive. And I just heard all of you tell me to go fuck myself, and that's cool. I get it. But I think, honestly, on a long enough timeline, it will be a net positive. Yes, WotC is going to try and milk you for everything you're worth, but they're a company. They've been doing that for the past, 10 years now. Everyone just shuts up and, well, you don't shut up, but everyone just rolls over and takes it anyways. I don't foresee this being the straw that broke the camel's back. Everyone's going to bitch about it, but everyone's going to continue playing, so you just gotta be optimistic. I do wonder, though, if maybe since they're taking over and everything is WotC controlled now, if possibly one of the hopes WotC has is that this will force people into, standard modern Pioneer, the 60 card formats, because I guess one of the driving factors for Commander, aside from its just kind of like the jumping in point, was that it wasn't ruled by WotC. Now that it's ruled by WotC, like, what's really the difference as far as like what's going to end up being, what's going to end up happening? It's all WotC controlled now. There's no, well, I play this because it's not WotC controlled. It's all under control there. So I don't know if maybe we're going to see people quit Commander and just say, well, screw it, I guess I'll go to a 60 card format now because it's pretty much all the same, or what's going to happen with that. Like I said, that's kind of a theory I have. There's nothing behind it to substantiate it currently, but I'd like to see what happens over the next like 6 to 8 months, just to see if people do start picking up 60 card formats, because heaven forbid that happen. I mean, mind boggling. I don't think that because even in the little thing they said that they're not going to go back to the ban list. They said it was low priority, they don't care about it, blah blah blah, which is fine. I still agree with the bans. I think it was the right move. However, going forward, I think WotC, like I said yesterday, I believe, is just going to introduce newer versions of these cards. Be it some kind of beefed up like version of signets. I don't know, find out some way to beef up Basalt Monolith-ish shit or something, but I think there's already replacements for those banned cards in the works that are in the printer, and we will start seeing them in 2025. So, that's kind of my thing with that, is why they don't care about the ban list, why we probably won't see them go back and unban any of that shit, just because I really believe they are printing alternatives to these cards, and we'll start seeing them within the year. So, yeah. All in all, though, at the end of the day, guys, just remember that Commander got too big for the RC to handle. Too many people started playing it. It just got out of hand. They weren't really getting paid for it. It was kind of worth their while to do it, kind of wasn't. It just became too big, too quick, and I really do believe they just wanted to wash their hands of it and be done with it. And going forwards, always remember that Rule 0 was a thing, and even if they say Rule 0 is not a thing anymore, house rules. Doesn't matter where you're playing or anything like that. If it's not in an official capacity, house rules. Everybody has them. You have them with your buddies when you play at the table. You go to an LGS. There's house rules in an LGS sometimes. So even if you don't agree with everything that's happening, Rule 0, house rules. Talk to your group the way it was supposed to be done to begin with. You talk to the people you're going to play with. Be like, hey, what are we playing? What are you playing? What are we thinking with power levels here? How long do we want to play the game? Do we want a 30-minute game? Do we want a 2-hour game? Have a conversation. Don't be scared to talk to another nerd that you're sitting next to play a card game with. They're there for the exact same reason you are. To kill some time, have some fun, sling some cardboard, and just kind of forget about what the hell's going on and just enjoy themselves, like an escapism, basically. But yeah, so those are my day after thoughts on this whole WotC getting control of Commander thing. I really want to see what happens, because like I was telling someone yesterday, there's nothing we can do about it now. We literally just have to sit back and watch the train wreck and just see what happens. I'm optimistic, probably, I'm not saying it's going to improve by leaps and bounds, but I'm like that much optimistic that not a lot is going to change, not a lot's going to get fucked up, and after the dust settles, everyone is just going to be like, well, It is what it is. Things are this way now. Let's just play. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As always, like, sub, all that good stuff. Help us grow the channel. There's a Patreon for locals. Save your 10%. If you're not a local, I'll ship shit out to you. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I got to get off of here and continue doing inventory stuff. And as always, like I say, life is not a dick. You don't have to take it so hard. You guys be safe out there, and I'll probably talk to you later.